Hey everybody, it's Jax again from the Popcorn View Podcast. Taking my episode 73, AEW Dynamite on 2/25/26. And man, have I missed a couple weeks. Yes, I've been posting pictures on TikTok, but I have not done a video. So much has happened so far. Kenny Omega has wrestled Swerve. Swerve did a heel turn, so now Swerve is a heel. Um, John Moxley's kind of becoming a face again. The crowd's behind him, especially him going against the Don Callis family. So a lot of stuff has been going on, guys. Thanks for keeping up with me. If you guys watch my videos or my shorts on YouTube, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm back now. I had a vacation, had a cruise with the family, Super Bowl with Bad Bunny, the Benito Bowl. So a lot of fun went on and just needed a time to recharge my batteries, but I'm back, guys. So thanks for watching and thanks for waiting for me. Um, but this week, started off with John Moxley having another eliminated tournament versus another member of the Don Callis family. This time he was wrestling Ed Clone, and it was a decent match. Yes, John Moxley had this guy by a few inches tall, and he probably outweighed him by maybe 30 to 40 pounds or so. But decent match between the two. At one point, when it first started, you had John Moxley kind of dab everybody up, go to the ring. No one's coming with the ring no more. They kind of banned everybody from ringside because of the Don Callis family. And it just seems like there's kind of a separation. They're not heels anymore. At least that's how I'm taking it. The crowd has been definitely behind Moxley for the last couple weeks, especially like I mentioned when he goes against the family. But decent match going back and forth. Um, the crowd for a moment was behind both of them. At one point, the crowd was even saying "fuck Don Callis" like they usually do, and then the other half was saying "and fuck Ice." So fuck Don Callis and fuck Ice. Fuck Don Callis and fuck Ice. So I thought that was really funny. Um, Don Callis was even allowed to be on commentary, so that was good. I know the guys there like that. But decent match and all. Mox does win this match. It was expected. I think he's going to run through the entire Don Callis family with these eliminated tournaments, and then end up fighting Takeshita at Revolution, which is pretty much building up to that. Revolution's in a couple weeks on March 15, me and MJF's birthday. So let's see what happens. Um, right after that match, you had Swerve come out, like interrupt everybody, gets on top of the commentaries table, and Nana got an attitude like, move, 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 telling, them, Shivani and everybody to move. And Swerve pretty much puts the entire locker room on notice. Um, I think it's pretty crazy how Swerve just flipped on a dime. Yes, Swerve is a great heel, but I just thought that Swerve was gonna be a face at least until Will Ospreay came back. Or maybe that's when Will Ospreay comes back. Swerve's the champion, he takes the belt off of Swerve, but we'll see. A lot of stuff's going on. Yes, Samoa Joe's injured. We lost Hobbs, like I mentioned. Um, but you still have Hangman, Swerve, Andrade, and Kenny Omega technically still in the title picture, and Brody King wants to throw his name in the hat now too. So we'll see, guys. But again, Swerve puts the entire locker room on notice, which is crazy to me. Um, he keeps calling himself the most dangerous man in AEW, and right after that, Brody King kind of had an issue with it too. Like, yo, I'm the most dangerous man in wrestling in AEW. So why don't you and I run it back? So pretty much, he's putting Swerve on notice too. Like, Swerve, I want the smoke. Let's go. So it's gonna be a good match. I want Brody King to win because a lot of people's behind him, especially how he is in real life. He supports people who are affected by ICE, by the government, um, doing stuff with DC. So that's nice. It's crazy though, because you see him, you're like, damn, he's a fucking biker, or he might be a racist. But no, he's complete opposite. Bandito's one of his best friends in real life, known him for 20 years, he said. And it just shows you how he's what's it called? Don't judge a book by its cover deal. Yeah, that's exactly what it is with Brody King. So again, I salute you, appreciate you, man. And Brody King also had a match against Mark Davis, and those two big boys were going at it. Blow for blow, hit for hit, hard hitting moves, cannonballs, everything. Yes, Brody King won. So the Don Callis family took a couple L's tonight. Um, and he says he wants to fight at Revolution. So it looks like At least that's how I took it. Brody King versus Swerve at Revolution. Let's see if it holds water. And then Bandito's like, "Hey, I want to fight too. What's up?" And just as he said that, Andrade Idolo comes out with Don Callis, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll challenge you." That's gonna be a hell of a match too. Andrade versus Bandito. Yes, they're both luchadors. That's gonna be a decent match. The Revolution is building up to be a fucking crazy card already, and they're just gonna keep adding match. Most of AEW's pay-per-views are like 6 to 8 hours long. Give me that. On my birthday, gonna be watching Revolution. Cannot wait. Let's go. Tony Schiavone calls out Hangman Adam Page and and MJF to talk about their stipulation. We all know Hangman wants a death match, a Texas death match, even more. Um, you know, MJF comes out, pretty much says, "Hey, we're going to leave it up to chance. We're going to flip a coin, 50-50 chance. If I win, the stipulation means I can do whatever the fuck I want, and you can't even sniff a weapon and you lose. But if you win, if you win the coin toss, we would go with the Texas death match." And Hangman was like, "You know what? I'm feeling lucky. Go ahead." He's like, "I'm feeling lucky too." Flips it, heads. He tries to run out the ring, grabs the coin, and tries to run out. We all knew what was going on. Hangman goes, "Hold on. Let me look at that coin." No, 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 no. Let me look at the coin. So they grabs the coin, two-sided coin. So it was heads on both ends. He was going to win no matter what. And all of a sudden, Tony Schiavone goes, "Hey, I just heard it from Tony Khan. Because the coin was rigged, it will be a Texas death match at Revolution on me and MJF's birthday." Now, I will say, I would think it's crazy that MJF's going to lose on his birthday, for one. Two, how can you have MJF steal that chase of someone twice trying to win the title? He brought up Cody, how he screwed Cody over, that Cody couldn't go after the AEW World Championship, and now he's going to try to screw over Hangman. Are they going to do that twice? That would fucking suck. Yes, MJF's going to have a short title reign, but so did Hangman right before. And second, Hangman's one of your biggest draws right now as a champion. People loved him as a champion, at least the second time around. The first time around was a little stale, to be honest with you, but this second time, people were loving it. The redemption story, the redemption arc, all that shit. Are they going to do it twice? Have MJF call someone's career that can never go after a AEW World Championship again? I don't know, man. That's going to kind of suck. Yes, it's going to make MJF look that much better, but you're kind of screwing over one of your top guys. Do you really want to go that route? I don't know, guys, but MJF versus the Hangman Adam Page at Revolution for a fucking Texas death match. Let's fucking go. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, but it's going to be one hell of a pay-per-view, one hell of a fucking match. I definitely see a lot of interference on that match. Maybe even Swerve will get involved, but we'll see. You did have the Babes of Wrath versus Mega Bad, Willow, Harley Cameron versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, which I always thought Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne were going to be the first inaugural champions, but it didn't pan out because she ended up getting injured, Penelope Ford. It was an okay match. I'm happy that they finally defended the titles, but it was an okay match. Nothing really stuck out to me except Penelope Ford seemed to got hurt again. This is like the third or fourth time in the last 3 years, or 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, that she's been injured. And when she's out for a while. Or are they trying to bring in that third person, the other girl that was with them? I forgot her name. Just recently saw her on the highlight of Collision, and she showed up last night. Are they going to try to force them two to be tag teams? Megan Bayne and New Girl? I don't know. We'll see. You also have the Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor teaming up. So they're trying to bring a lot of teams back. I think the Iconics or the Inspiration came back recently too. So it's going to be a lot of women's tag team. About time. You brought those titles. You want to make them something. Let's start defending them. Let's go. But the Babes of Rap do win. Decent match. It is what it is. Can't wait to see it. You did have my boy Kyle Fletcher with his new pinky belt, which I thought made sense. If he got his TNT championship back, it should have been pink. He's been saying his favorite color is pink. Why not make it pink? Goes well, matches well with his gear. I'm okay with it. I'm not mad. I'm okay with it. Um, he is in that interview. They were talking, that Tommaso Ciampa wants a rematch, and technically TNT doesn't have to follow the winning rules like the world men's and women's. So anybody could challenge for the TNT technically. So I think he's giving Tommaso another chance at Revolution. But you also had Okada kind of interrupt. He was like, "Hey, you're a champion. I'm a champion. Let's team up and finally do Pro Kata and wrestle this Saturday on Collision. We're both champions, unlike Takeshita, always trying to throw them jabs." And Kyle was like, "Yeah, why not? Let's team up and show people what we can do." That's going to be a hell of a tag team, personally. Still think, to me, personally, I still feel like Kyle Fletcher is a better wrestler, maybe because of the age. Okada in AEW is not showing me nothing. I've said it. I think of only a couple matches I've seen. I've actually liked him wrestle. Other than that, not a fan. I know a lot of people say that in New Japan he was amazing. I'm just not seeing it here. Yeah, that might be his character. Just not a fan of it personally. Um, the main event. Holy shit. The Mile High Madness or whatever they called it. Jack Perry and the Bucks with the Rascals versus GOA with Ricochet and FTR. Holy shit. This match, once it started, Jungle Boy came in, boom, he got attacked by all 5 members of the opposing team. And then little by little, everybody else started coming out. This shit had everything. Had tables, it had chairs, had a vacuum being busted over Tony Leon's head, and dust went everywhere. It was a crazy shot. I'm gonna post a picture. It was a crazy fucking shot. So I could just imagine how it looked in the arena, but crazy shot. Um, they were all over the place in the crowd, throwing beer bottles at each other, tables, chairs. I didn't see any ladder. That's the only thing that didn't come out from underneath the table. But it was funny when Jack Perry, before he busted Tony Leon in the head with it, he grabbed the kendo stick. He was like, nah. He grabbed like barbed wire. He was like, nah. Grabbed a chair. Nah. Then he found a vacuum. Boom, busted over his head. Crazy, crazy. But good match, honestly. I know everybody's having their own thing. Ricochet wants to go Jack Perry wants to go after Ricochet. GOA is there because of Ricochet. The Young Bucks are in it because they're going after FTR. The Rascals are in it because they're trying to push the shit out of the Rascals. And so far, what I've seen with them, those boys are nuts. I've only seen a couple highlights here and there from TNA, but man, the Rascals could fucking go. A Spanish fly through a fucking chair, or sorry, through a table. Actually, it was a double Spanish fly, to be honest with you. And then just the sequence that they were just doing, just insane, just beautiful match. Like, man, the last 3 weeks of wrestling, yes, I missed 2 weeks, but man, I've watched it all. I just haven't been making videos, but wrestling has been amazing with AEW. And I've said it before, I don't watch Collision, but this Collision this weekend looks like it's going to be a fucking banger. I'm sure as hell not watching the Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to be watching. If anything, I'm going to be watching Collision. Looking to be a great match. Thunder Rosa's also coming back. Looking good. She's going after Tekla. Tekla's also wrestling Thunder Rosa, I think, next week. But she's going to team up with Chris Statlander versus the Sisters of Sin on Collision. So that's going to be a good match to watch. And Chris Statlander kind of like hesitant with helping Thunder Rosa, like, yo, be careful. I've dealt with these people for a while. You just got back. I don't want you to be injured. It's almost like she's doubting Thunder, but she's also telling Thunder to be careful. So I see it. But I feel like she's doubting because Thunder was like, what you say? I can't do it. I can't hang, like getting all animated and shit. So gonna be one good of a match. I'm happy that Thunder's in there. Tekla just got the title, so I don't see Thunder winning personally, but I like to see Thunder's getting a shot again because technically she never lost the title. She had to relinquish it. So at least Tony Khan's putting her in the picture, still showing that he trusts her and he has her back. So nice to see. Other than that, guys, great show at Dynamite. I'm going to try to get back to doing my videos every week for wrestling and try to do every one now and then for a movie or a TV show. But in all, guys, great episode of Dynamite. That main event was insane. Happy to see the tag titles being defended, even though Penelope Ford got hurt. Moxley looks like he's turning face. Swerve put everybody on notice. Brody King put Swerve on notice. Bandito's gonna wrestle El Idolo. Shit, it's fucking gonna be an amazing show, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.